All right, good day, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining me on this great episode of your favorite political talk show, The Truth with Ben Jokes. Now, the End Bad Governance protest hits day 2, and protesters are not backing down. I must confess, if this protest is not addressed by government as soon as possible, it will degenerate into a total disaster for government, the political class, and even some innocent Nigerians, because the kind of anger that we saw on the street yesterday has never been seen before in this our dear country, Nigeria. The fuel price has to be dropped immediately, because if they make a very big announcement that it has been dropped to like maybe 300 naira or 250 naira per liter, maybe that might just calm the people down. Because what is sponsoring this anger? It is hunger. The inflation is just too much, and the fuel price played a significant role in that rise. And there is absolutely no hope that things will get better. Rice now sells for over 80,000 naira. A mudu of gari sells for 3,000 naira in some cities in Nigeria. Mudu of beans, 3,000 naira. One man at the protest in Osun State yesterday said, of all the things that have gone wrong in the last 12 months, he said the one where they pain and pass, the one that gives him sleepless nights, is the price of gari. He said, how can a mudu of gari be selling for over 2,000 naira in his area? He said he has never witnessed this kind of thing in his life, and many share his sentiments. Now, this frustration is helping to unite Nigerians, because everyone, regardless of tribe, religion, civilian, police, or military, is feeling it. And this is the government's biggest challenge as we speak. The government had instructed police to be hostile towards protesters across the country, but Tinubu and his supporters were shocked to see police joining protesters in some major cities in Nigeria. Before I show you videos of those, let me quickly show you this crowd in Yobe State protesting against the hardship. See the video.
Look at that people. Bola Ahmed Tinubu Abeko. Wannan al'umma ce mata da maza sun fito kan
You saw that, and that is just a tip of the iceberg. That is not up to 1/20 of the number of hungry people in Yobe State alone. That's just little. And you can see the crowd. Politics aside, it is unwise to think that any one group or political party is the one orchestrating this kind of protest, because it's happening in the major cities in Nigeria. If it were in 2 or 3 cities like what we saw in 2012, you can blame it on a political party or on individuals. But this is happening in over 20 states in Nigeria. Kwara, Ekiti, and Ondo did not protest yesterday, which was day 1, but our sources say it is going to be massive in those 3 states today, that is day 2, because the people of those states felt ashamed of themselves when they saw the number in other states and the support the protest got from police in some states. And the Southeast is calm, not joining the protest. I'm happy about that. But this morning I woke up to calls by northern and southwest influencers for the Southeast to join the protest. And on behalf of the Southeast, I say no, they won't. The other regions are doing well so far. Yes, you guys are coming up. You need to still do more. We want to see a total rejection of the APC. We want to see massive crowd from Ondo and Ekiti join what we saw in Osun, Lagos, and Oyo State yesterday. You have the full support of the Southeast, but the region won't be protesting. The rest of Nigeria needs to prove that they have rejected the APC. Over 90% should reject the APC, just like they have already done in Southeast Nigeria. Now, before I show you the video of how police cooperated and joined the protest in some states in Nigeria, let me quickly show you this very painful video. This one underlines, it underscores the pain of the average Nigerian, how a dream can just die because of bad governance. See this video.
So, did you join any group or you just decided to? Are you doing something?
No, alone. I'm riding from Festac, from my 2. I'm coming from Festac. My son at 13 is the program. I can't even buy data for him to learn more. I can't even pay for the institution fee. Millions of naira. At 13, he can program them. Good luck, Benjamin is his name. My name is Ogu Benjamin Chidoke. So I'd rather die on the street than die at home. I can't sit down and watch the future of my son go to waste. I know I may not have safety again in Nigeria, but my son's future will not waste.
You heard that. He said, I may not have a future again in Nigeria, but my son's future must not waste. His son, Goodluck Benjamin, is a programmer at 13 years old. That's a genius. A 13-year-old boy who can program. But his father cannot even afford to buy him data to learn more. Because ever since the NCC raised taxes for telecom companies, a bundle that could last a whole day before can no longer last 4 hours. Isn't this a tragic reality? But as I speak, Nigerians on Twitter have asked this man, Benjamin Chidoke, who prefers to die on the streets in protest than at home, to present himself to certain persons in Lagos after the protest. His son's dream will be crowdfunded on Twitter from start to finish. That is the power of social media and a united people. Now, let us look at these videos that epitomize the revolution that is coming in this country. I saw one yesterday at Eagle Square, but the police officers begged me not to cover it. 4 to 5 policemen encouraging protesters to carry on so their voices can be heard. Now, in 2 videos here, we can confirm that the security forces are tired, and in no distant time, the political class might receive a visitation of masses plus police plus army. See one of the videos.
As you can see, we are moving from stadium direct to the Eagle Square. We told them today is different thing. If one person go down, sorry for the nation, things must change. Masses must enjoy. We have all what it takes to enjoy in this country. What happened to our leader? Why are those selfish? We are on our way direct to Eagle Square. Nobody will stop us. We are coming for you. See policemen everywhere. We are moving. As you can see, we told them we are moving. Change must take place. Police are hungry. Police are hungry. I said police are hungry. Our soldiers are hungry. See our policemen. We are together. We prove to them if one person there go down. Sorry for the nation.
Now, before moving on to the next video, let's properly analyze this one we just watched. This man at the top of his voice said, Wike, we are coming for you. That's the FCT minister. He was shouting, we are coming for you. Police were there watching him. They didn't say anything. Soldiers were at the back. He said, police are hungry. The other members of the crowd chanted along, police are hungry, right in front of the police. Then he went close to them and said, they are here with us, putting his camera on them. Yet no reaction from the police. Ladies and gentlemen, something is coming. Something extremely big is coming. And I am not surprised. It is the number. It is the crowd. Nigeria is a country of over 200 million people, and over 150 million people are hungry. If 10% of hungry Nigerians come out to begin to demand that things must change, I am telling you, once they are able to just sustain that demand for a while, you don't even need to touch anybody. You don't need to break anything. Just sustain that demand for a while, angrily. Occupy major spaces in Nigeria. If it is National Assembly, if it is Aso Rock, occupy and watch those demands being met easily. Now, let us take a look at the second video. This one is even the worst. It happened in an area that the government believed to be a notorious area in Abuja/Nasarawa State. So the government sent hooded combatant police to monitor the protest and probably unleash hostility on protesters. But in this video, you will see for yourself these hooded policemen walking amongst protesters to the point that the protesters began to confess that police has now joined the protest. See for yourself. You saw that. What is to come is bigger than what we have seen. And has anyone else observed that the army are not as active in this protest as they used to be? The only areas army tried to forcefully stop protesters was at the Abuja-Kaduna highway. Those boys from Suleja that were coming into Abuja, the military tried to stop them because I believe because of what they did on that Wednesday, Wike really tried to make sure that those boys didn't enter Abuja, but the military did not succeed because of the sheer number and resolve of those guys to come into Abuja. So they overpowered the military and they came into the city. And the military also tried to stop the movement at Asokoro because people were coming from that area, that Nyanya area, into the city center, and they tried to stop them, but the crowd was too massive. And yet again, they failed and they had to allow the people to move. So even the army are not as hostile as they used to be at all. Yes, they shot at Lugbe last night, but that was because they were physically attacked by some, I don't know if I should call them protesters, because what they were doing is not part of the arrangement. They were burning tires on the highway and preventing those who were coming from town from going to their homes. And the soldiers didn't even attack them. They were just removing those tires so that vehicles, could proceed on their journeys. And these guys began physically, trying to assault the soldiers. And that was when the soldiers began firing, fighting back. You cannot be physically attacking a man who is holding a gun when it's not as if he came to attack you. He can't just watch you, to take his gun and overpower him like that. That was what led to what happened at Lugbe last night. So generally, what we are saying is that security forces are sick and tired of the situation of this country. And what looks like cooperation between them and angry Nigerians has sent shivers into Aso Rock, shivers into the camp of the APC. How is this going to play out? I keep saying it. The level that this poverty, this hunger, and this hopelessness is getting to, it will unite all the people that are affected. So if you're a uniform man, when you come home, you pull your uniform to eat and there's no food. That is the situation. And when you go out, they are asking you to stop the people that are trying to ensure that you have food. You may be doing it, but at some point, you will rethink and say, oh boy, make I give myself brain. And that is what we are seeing right now. How is this going to end? What is the end game? We'll keep our fingers crossed and see how all this plays out. Today is day 2. We'll be bringing you reports of the events as it continues to happen. Anyway, make I still enter town. Make I go get some ogbonge political news where una go like. Why? Because of una. Now I dey here. So don't go away. Don't go away.